The most rewarding part of teaching students, particularly at this age, and I've taught everything from 3 to 26, is making these connections with kids, with young men and young women, and seeing the change between the time they come into my class at the beginning and the time they leave at the end. And I can see the maturity, the growth, the development that they've learned.
I think the most rewarding part is when you see a kid that has been dormant for quite a while in class. They've been standing back, they've been observing, but they haven't been producing much, and then all of a sudden they take this giant step forward. It's as if their brain had been putting all the pieces together, and then all it took was a little time to stew together for a while, and then there comes the achievement.
The most rewarding part is hearing from students who have gone on to become successful. For example, I had a student call me the other day who's now in 10th grade, and he's planning on taking pre-calculus next year and being an architect. Now, this particular student was always very good at mathematics, was also always very good at art. And he and his mother conveyed to me that the impact that our school, and specifically what we did in our classroom, led him to make that decision. The fact that he's willing to do something like become an architect, which requires so much mathematics knowledge, really made it special to me.
Last year I taught 8th grade, and I had one half of a twin, and he wasn't quite getting it early on. He wasn't quite getting it, but he always focused, and he did his homework all the time, and he stuck with it, and he stuck with it up until the end, and till finally he started making the last couple of quarters of the year, he started making the AB honor roll. And I have up on my wall there certificates that the kids get when they make AB honor roll, and I was hanging the certificates on the wall, and he wanted to get up on the wall, and he worked hard and he studied hard, and finally the last couple of quarters, third quarter and the fourth quarter, he made AB honor roll both quarters, and he got his name up on the wall. He still calls me today. He's now in high school, and he still calls me, and I still tutor him over the phone in math. He calls me about once or twice a week, in fact, and that's very rewarding. That's very rewarding.
And teaching them a concept that they didn't think was important, they may not have known about it all, and suddenly you see this light bulb. You see this expression of understanding that they get it and they realize it's important. And that happens enough that it just keeps me wanting to come back. I thoroughly enjoy coming to school every single day. I look forward to it. I'm one of the few people who really likes Monday morning.
So you kind of live on those moments where kids come back, or even kids in the classroom on a day-to-day basis, where they have that moment and they go, I get it. I can see this now, and it's that makes me want to keep coming here every day. And it's really powerful to know that you are changing lives. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we're in the business of, is changing lives. And knowing that students in the classroom, and then students years later, come back and tell me what we did in that class made a difference. That to me is a reward in itself, you know.
All my students, regardless of income or race or background, they're all entitled to the best, and that's my job every day, is to give them the best.
What teaching has taught me is that if a kid is motivated and inspired, then they can achieve anything, any goal that you set before them.